Imagine dedicating over a decade of your life to one career, perfecting it, sacrificing for it, and building your identity around it, only to walk into work one ordinary morning and discover that a machine is already doing your job faster, cheaper, and better than you ever could. No warning, no argument, no emotion. Just a quiet, painful realization. You've been replaced. This isn't science fiction. This is Ethan Cole's story. Ethan was never the loudest man in the room. He didn't chase attention or brag about success. He wasn't flashy or dramatic. He was something companies quietly valued, even more dependable. For 11 years, Ethan worked as a senior data analyst at a corporate firm in downtown Chicago. His life moved with steady rhythm. Every morning his alarm rang at 6. Coffee brewed while he got dressed. A dark suit, polished shoes, a quick glance in the mirror, and he was out the door. The train downtown was always filled with the same tired faces, people chasing stability, chasing survival. Ethan liked routine. Routine felt safe, predictable, controlled. At work, his world revolved around numbers, sales forecasts, risk assessments, performance reports, market trends. He had a rare talent for spotting patterns buried deep inside spreadsheets. Managers relied on him. Coworkers trusted him. When problems appeared, Ethan solved them. When decisions needed data, Ethan delivered. He believed something simple and comforting. As long as companies relied on data, they would always rely on him. For years, that belief held true. Then one Monday morning, an unusual email appeared in his inbox, a mandatory staff meeting about the future of company operations. No friendly tone, no explanation, no option to decline. The conference room felt different that day. Too quiet. Employees filled the glass-walled space with forced smiles and nervous coughs. The tension was thick, the kind that makes people stare at their phones just to avoid eye contact. Executives entered with serious faces and carefully rehearsed expressions. The lights dimmed. A massive screen flickered to life. The CEO spoke calmly about innovation, efficiency, and stepping boldly into the future. Then a presentation began showcasing a powerful new artificial intelligence system designed to transform the company's operations. What followed felt unreal. The system analyzed years of market data in seconds. It predicted customer behavior with stunning accuracy. It generated detailed performance reports instantly. It detected financial risks before human teams even noticed warning signs. The room fell silent. Ethan stared at the screen, at first impressed, then curious, then deeply unsettled. Everything the system demonstrated, every task, every insight, every analysis mirrored his daily responsibilities. But the machine worked faster, much faster. A project that normally took Ethan 3 full days to complete finished in seconds. No breaks, no fatigue, no salary, no human limitations. Just silent servers processing endless streams of information without error. In that moment, a heavy truth settled in Ethan's chest. This technology wasn't designed to assist him. It was designed to replace him. The weeks that followed felt like living in slow motion. Management spoke in careful corporate language about restructuring and operational efficiency, but employees understood the reality behind those words. People began disappearing quietly. Desks sat empty. Farewell emails became routine. Conversations grew shorter. Laughter faded from the office halls. Every morning, Ethan walked past vacant workstations wondering if he would be next. Then, one Friday afternoon, a meeting request from Human Resources appeared on his calendar. No details, just a time. He didn't need an explanation. The conversation was brief and painfully polite. His role had been made redundant due to the company's transition toward automated systems. He was thanked for his years of service and offered a severance package. Redundant. The word echoed in his mind. It sounded cold, mechanical, almost inhuman. He packed his belongings in silence, a framed photo, a notebook filled with ideas, a coffee mug that once made him smile. Each item felt heavier than it should have. Outside the office building, the city moved as if nothing had changed. Traffic roared. Pedestrians rushed past. Digital billboards flashed advertisements to strangers who didn't know his world had just collapsed. For the first time in his adult life, Ethan had nowhere to be on Monday morning. Unemployment drained more than his savings. It drained his confidence. Days blurred together. Sleep became difficult. Motivation faded. Job applications went unanswered, and interviews ended with carefully worded rejections. Employers wanted candidates who could work alongside artificial intelligence systems. Ethan had spent his career competing with humans. Now he was competing with machines and losing. Bills piled up. Doubt grew louder. Sitting alone in his dim apartment, Ethan confronted a painful truth. Technology hadn't destroyed his career. His refusal to evolve with it had. While industries transformed, he had clung to comfort and routine. What once felt like stability had quietly become vulnerability. That realization sparked a change. Instead of fearing the future, Ethan decided to understand it. He enrolled in online courses and began studying artificial intelligence systems, automation processes, and modern data technologies. The learning curve was steep and humbling. Many nights ended in frustration, but he refused to quit. Slowly, confusion turned into clarity. Fear turned into confidence. Ethan began to see artificial intelligence not as a rival, but as a powerful tool, one that still required human guidance, judgment, and responsibility. A year later, he walked into a new workplace with a different perspective and a renewed sense of purpose. His new role focused on supervising automated systems, verifying their decisions, correcting errors, and ensuring ethical standards were maintained. He wasn't replaced.
He had evolved. Companies eventually realized something crucial. Machines can process information, but they cannot understand human emotion, build trust, or take responsibility when critical decisions go wrong. Human judgment remains irreplaceable. Ethan's journey taught him a lesson many people learned too late. Technology doesn't destroy careers. Stagnation does. The future doesn't belong to machines. It belongs to people willing to adapt, to learn, and to grow alongside innovation. Because in a world that never stops changing, standing still is the fastest way to be left behind.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to be part of this story. If it stayed with you, even for a moment, then it truly means a lot. There's so much more coming, more stories, more moments, more to feel. So don't forget to subscribe and stay connected. See you in the next one.